So today, we're going to go into a video on 2023 and a retrospective. Now, it's not going to be a complete retrospective. It's only going to be cards I feel that are worth talking about, but if I skip over a card you guys think was worth talking about, please let me know down below in the comment section. I will be reading the comments after I post this video because I'm so terrible at reading comments. I completely forget that it's a feature on YouTube. It's weird. I am so serious, guys. I upload and I forget to read comments. I just rarely ever read them. That's why I made a whole separate video reading you guys' comments. So, with that being said, Happy New Year to all you guys. I know I'm basically 3 days late, but Happy New Year to all you guys. I'm fumbling. I'm just... Thank you guys for all the love and support from last year, from the videos I posted, from the unit reviews to the box reviews, to all the little funny miscellaneous videos I did, like the little custom card reviews, the live streams, and so on and so forth. You know, I didn't do too many live streams. I'm flustered right now, okay? So I will fumble over a couple of words. Thank you guys for all the love, support, the views, the likes, the comments. They all go a long way. I did not think I would make it this far. It's honestly it's mesmerizing, seriously, because when I was doing YouTube videos back in 2021, like 2020, 2021, I have old ass videos you guys can go check out. I'm almost to 1,000 videos uploaded. Enough about me. The video is not about me. The video is about 2023 in a retrospective. Thank you guys for all the support. That'll be the last time I say that. So, with that being said, what do we have here? The 8th year anniversary. I think the 8th year anniversary was a complete success. And the reason why I say that is that both the headlining units, very powerful units. And I feel like they both fulfill roles that just make the team flourish very well. And how I'm going to go about grading all the cards in this video, I'm going to give a reason, unless the reason is obvious for the said unit. And I'm going to grade them by a W or an L. So both the 8th year anniversary units in part 1, W. The main headlining units, both W's. And if you think the Z-Boys are an L, you are coping. You are upset. You are molding. I'm sorry. They were a success. Z-Boys, albeit can die from a super attack on turn 1, guess what? GT Duo can die from a super attack turn 1, right? Let's keep it a bean. It's not fair if you're bashing the Z Duo. You're bashing the Z Duo, but GT Duo can die on turn 1 just like the Z Duo could. Now, albeit the GT Duo do have damage reduction, they're both amazing units, okay? Let's just go and put that out there. They are both amazing units. Both their standbys are amazing. Both their leader skills are equally amazing, I would say. Both of them are very, very powerful units. So, with that being said, both the Z Duo and the GT Duo, the headlining 8th year anniversary LRs, are both Ws. Now, with that being said, the banner units are both L's. We're not going to talk about why. They just both suck donkey balls. So the part 2 of the 8th year anniversary, the EZAs for Super Boo and the Vegito. I think both of these are W's. Now, I want to talk about Vegito first because Vegito was heavily memed, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was one of the people who were upset that they didn't give him that damage reduction, that 80% damage reduction just baseline, instead of him have the 80% damage reduction to only normals. But I had to, think inside the mind of Dokkan that they literally did the same thing to AGL Super Vegito, so why would they not do the same thing to physical Super Vegito? We all thought, I'm pretty certain, back when AGL Super Vegito was gonna get his EZA, I'm pretty certain some people in the community, and I was, myself included, thought that AGL Super Vegito was gonna get unrestricted damage reduction, not just the normal attacks, just flat out. No, they gave it, and they just left it to normals, and they made him get his defense when he gets hit, which was just a horrendous design. But, I mean, we just learned to just forget about it. AGL Super Vegito was still obviously a good EZA. It's just not what we all thought he was. He was definitely disappointing. Now, will I say physical Super Vegito's EZA was disappointing? Sure, yes. But will I say it's bad? No, it's not a bad EZA in any right. I think he was definitely a disappointing EZA for sure. But I feel as if though Vegito and Boo's EZAs are both W's, and I feel like Vegito's EZA is a W because he's tanking every normal in the game. And with AoE normals being much more prevalent in today's meta, that being with the two toughest fights in the game, being Omega as well as Zamasu, this guy tanks normals from both of those two fuckers. So, I mean, that's super valuable. And a counter argument that people will have with physical Super Vegito is the fact that he dies from a super. Well, wow. How'd you figure that? last time I checked, 80% of the units in Dokkan die from a damn super. This is a general consensus in the community. So, with that being said, Super Vegito is a W Easy A, in my opinion. He's disappointing, for sure, but he's not a bad Easy A. I will say that outright. He definitely is disappointing, but he is not bad. I consider him a W. And Super Boo is pretty ass, if I'm being honest, for like the first 5 turns until he gets into his transformation, that being the Buuhan and the Boo Piccolo transformation. We don't talk about Boo Tanks, because Boo Tanks just sucks ass pre and post Easy A. But for Boo Piccolo and for Buuhan, amazing. You want to be in Buuhan though. Buuhan is ridiculous, like absolutely ridiculous. But the problem is that you have to make it past those couple of turns with Super Boo and then go straight into Buuhan, and you are just sitting pretty for the rest of the fight. So I think both Easy A's, W's. I don't think it's worth talking about both these free-to-play LRs. It's like, oh, ha ha ha, Bobbity gets his 3rd LR, who cares? This Hercule's not worth talking about. Spirit Bombs Lord Goku and Blue Cow Ken Goku. Blue Cow Ken Goku, W. We're not going to talk about him. One of the hardest hitting units in the game. This guy is immaculate. We love Blue Cow Ken Goku. We all love him around here. As for Spirit Bombers Lord Goku, I feel as if though they could have done better, but I'm one of the few that think he's a W. Now, albeit, the arguments are fair. They could have done way more. They definitely could. I feel as though this guy is pretty valuable for every other red zone outside of the newer red zones. And I can certainly say that is pretty helpful. I think Spirit Bombs Lord Goku, especially with his very basic Super Saiyan Link set, him being a Link Battery Orb Changer that gains Damage Structure per Rainbow Keys are obtained, right? I'm pretty certain he does get Damage Structure per Rainbow Keys are obtained, right? He gets 7%. It's right over here. Yeah, that is very valuable for this guy. So I think he is a W Easy A just off that factor. I feel like both these Easy A's are both W's too. So, let's move on over to the Part 2 LRs, that being the Kai Goku and the Shala Kid Gohan. Both W's. Certainly. I think both have good leader skills, both have powerful kits. I just feel as if, though, Kai Goku completely overshadows Gohan. Gohan's good. That's like, well, okay, we're talking strictly on release. So, Gohan was definitely good on release, but Goku just overshadowed him. That's just the truth. He just overshadowed. He completely overshadowed him. But Gohan is definitely a good LR in and of his own right. So I think both of these LRs are definitely W's. World Tournament units, I mean, this Goku not worth talking about. This Tech Gohan, definitely a W. He's worth talking about. The rest of these guys, I'm not going to talk about them. Just this Tech Gohan and this Piccolo, both W's. We can mention both of these guys. This free-to-play Gohan from the World Tournament Summons, W. This LR Piccolo's Easy A, absolute W. He completely helped out Shala Kid Gohan for sure. Like, he's one of the best free-to-play LRs in the game. Is he the best? Hey, that's up to you to decide. That's not what we're talking about, these Easy A's. And we also have the 5th year anniversary Easy A's, W's. We're not talking about them. Stupid powerful, stupid valuable units. We could just say that outright. Anyways, so I feel like the 8th year anniversary as a whole is a W. I feel like every Easy A outside of the, and this is just my opinion. This is my complete opinion. Remember, you can't have an opinion in the Dokkan community. You can't have no opinion in the Dokkan community. No opinions allowed, guys. None at all. Okay, I feel like the entirety of the 8th year anniversary is a W. In my opinion, looking back on it, I feel like we were just a bit too, the community was a bit too reactive. We're just a bit too reactive with some of these Easy A's. Like, Blue Cock and Goku is probably the only Easy A that received well, him and Super Boo received a lot of love, but Spirit Bombs or Goku people would just call like whatever, as well as Vegito being very disappointing. But I feel like every Easy A outside of the free-to-play Easy A's were W's. Certainly. Yeah, I would say so. I feel like all headlining Easy A's for the 8th year anniversary were definitely W. So I feel like the 8th year anniversary in a whole, like, vacuum, good. All right, let's see March. Anyways, we have not reached an L yet for a Dokkan Fest. I feel like the LRs have just been fine, as well as the Easy A's have been fine. Really, the only real L's was the banner units, as well as, let's see. Yeah, no L's have been given out. None at all. Let's see March. So I think our first L is going to be given out for March. I feel like Super 17 was a complete L. And it's really bad because he's a villain unit. And we're not going to get another Hellfighter 17 and Android 17, like, ever. Like, Dokkan does not drop GT villains. Like, GT bosses, they get no help. I mean, wow. What a big surprise. And my big issue with this unit specifically is their restrictions. It's like their base form, I'm fine with their base form, but I feel as if though they're just like their active skill fusion condition, this is ass, like complete ass. And I have a big problem with the Super 17 transformation. There's just so many restrictions. It's like, okay, he starts out with 3 key and 170% attack and defense baseline. He gets 170% attack and performing super attack. Cool. He also gets 34% damage reduction for 4 turns to start a turn. Very nice. And he also starts out with a additional 17% damage reduction, just unrestricted right there. And for the rest of his passive, all of this is restrictions. All of this is restricted. Guys, 2/3 of Super 17's passive is restricted. Huh? Because A, you have to take a hit to receive your additional super attack chance. So that's 1 restricted, like part of his passive. 2, you have to get hit to build up all his defense. So it's another restriction to his passive. 3, you want to go up against a super class enemy, get his crit chance. That's 3 restrictions. 4, you want to be below an HP threshold to get his Ki Blast absorption mechanic. 5, you want him to be below an HP threshold to get the foreseeing super attack. He has 5 restrictions on him. And it's saying something that his easiest restriction is him getting hit. Like, what? Now, don't get it twisted. This guy fully built up is very powerful. But my thing is that he has 5 core restrictions. He wants to get hit, he wants to go up against a certain enemy, and he wants to be below HP thresholds. I'm sorry, this guy he should have been a GT Bosses category lead too. Why not? I don't see why not. It's like they could have removed this Joint Forces. Who gives a fuck? Why is he a Joint Forces lead? I don't know. I certainly don't know. So I think that the first L we're going to be given is both the banner unit, the Dr. Gero and the Dr. Mew, as well as the Dokkan Fest Super 17. I'm sorry. We're going to get a Dokkan Fest standalone Super 17 or maybe an LR, not an LR Super 17. Yeah, we're not going to get another one, are we? Yeah, we're probably not. He's just probably going to get an easy A. Oh, man, that's tough. That is tough. Yeah, this is why this is so bad that they made him so just, like, underwhelming. So I feel like both the banner unit, which of course wants to go up against a Goku to guard, which is the most important part of the card, as well as them being a support type unit. Them being a support type unit as well as them guarding up against a Goku is the only 2 key aspects of this card. That's it. Pretty much. And then this card is just way too heavily restricted. So I feel as if though L, in my opinion, just L. They could have done way better with both the banner unit as well as the 17. I can understand why it's of course a Goku restriction. Makes a whole lot of sense, but it could have been like when you have a full, or maybe when you have a target Goku category enemy, this card guards. Like I just don't get it. It's like small changes can make a unit just better. That can be said for any unit, right? Anyways, I do want to say that this Castro is a W, but his team is obviously Dookie, and then of course this the Hybrid Saiyan trio. Well, I mean Marin. I mean they're on Hybrid Saiyans, right? Are they? They are not. They're on Earthbreath Fighters though. I mean the Hybrid Saiyan duo and the little Earthling. What do you even call them? We're not talking about them. They're not worth mentioning. Castrol, I feel like Castrol, this motherfucker could be at some nasty defense. He could be at some nasty defense. I seen Dokkan World stack him up pretty damn high. Anyways, first form cell, I feel like his easy A on release W, in my opinion. He'd be sitting around a shade under 500k defense. He can heal you on super. I feel like his easy A was definitely a little bit overshadowed. I liked his easy A. Personally, that's just me personally. I feel like first form cell's easy A on release, I think it was a W. MVP 17, obviously W. I mean, he's a very powerful support type unit. I found that he can get hit pretty damn hard. He can get cooked. He certainly is good, but he can definitely get cooked. His easy as a W though, nonetheless. So both of these two are W's. God Goku as well as the Banner Unit Vegeta W's. We're not even gonna talk about it. Let's see, and then we have all of these easy A's. Now every one of these easy A's have a purpose, so you could make the case that these are all W easy A's. There's all a purpose for every single one of these units, but if we're speaking strictly off of units that actually matter, it's like Int Whis, STR God Goku, and LR Beerus and Whis. And we only really care about LR Beerus and Whis. LR Beerus and Whis, I was too harsh on them. I was one of the few guys that felt like this easier just sucked donkey balls, like straight ass cheeks. But LR Beerus and Whis is easy W, for sure. I was way too hard on them. They're good. They're good. I take back what I said about a month ago. They are definitely a good easy on release. Anyways, that's it for that. The only L we really gave out so far in terms of like a actual like Dokkan Fest release was for Super 17. That's the only one that really matters for an L so far. Let's see. Kale's a W. Kale's a W? She's good. Kale is certainly better than Super 17. I might have to change that to an L. Kale's good, but the problem is that she wants a Universe 6 character. And, Kale, it's like it's not Kale's fault. Kale wants a Khalifa. And she also wants a Universe 6 ally to guard with. If not, she has that 50% chance to guard. Oh, man, I don't know. I certainly don't know. Kale, man. Kale is good, but, like, her problem is that Universe 6 just sucks. It just sucks, man. And I'm one of the few people, LR Kale and Khalifa, I'll say that on release, W, but I've just soured on them. They're a W, though. I'm going to say Kale and Khalifa are a W, but if I'd have to rate them now, I think they're an L. I definitely think they're an L now. I feel like they just, I don't know what it is. I feel like Universe 6 is just so, oh my god. And then like Frost is just so whatever. Why didn't they just make Frost guard with damage reduction like they did for the little, what is it, Almond and Raisin? Raisin, or Cacao and Diaz? Which one of those for the Turles guards and has damage reduction in the first slot? Why didn't they take that design and then put it on Frost? And then have Kale for slot 2, because Kale clearly wants to be in slot 2. Or they could just made this a Khalifa banner unit. Like, I just, like, come on now. And then they have the cojones to make Super Boo the part 2. Now, I do have a funny little backstory I want to just real quick talk about before I continue on with the video. So, I remember I was on my phone, right? I was looking at the little Dokkan subreddit. Shout out to the Dokkan subreddit. Anyone who's on the Dokkan subreddit that watches me, huge shout out to you. Because you guys show love on there. You guys are amazing. So I was on the Dokkan subreddit and someone did a little post saying which little celebration was like your little favorite duo. Which was your favorite moment in something. And it had Kale and Super Boo on like a little PNG in the background, like of a little tournament of power. And I said something along the lines of Super Boo was a big help for the Universe 6 team. Something along the lines of that. And then someone commented under my comment, why are people, like something along the lines of, because I don't completely remember what I said and what this guy said. I'm just going along the lines of what he said. So what he said was, I don't know why people are so shocked that Dokkan are dropping units that are not related to the celebration. That's something along the lines of what he said, but that is basically what he was trying to say. And that's true. That is definitely true. They've done it in the past, but this is a celebration where no, we don't need a damn Super Boo in Kale celebration. Kale needed an LR hit. We were not going to get LR Kefla. I'm just going to keep it 1,000. We were never getting LR Kefla. LR Kefla is like, is she celebration worthy? Like a massive celebration worthy? Like, I feel like LR Kefla is like worldwide down celebration level, not headliner, but like part 2, like Carnival LR type of hype. Like up there. We were going to get like LR hit. I feel like LR hit would have been perfect. They made a slot 1 LR hit as well as this this Frost, or maybe a Khalifa, because she wants a damn Khalifa. It's like, okay, Kale and Khalifa are just, it's just like now, it's just not enough. I'm gonna say Kale. Oh, just Kale a W. Kale is good, but like, it's just Universe 6 just sucks, bro. Oh man. I said she was a W at first. I'm giving her an L. It's just, she's good though. She's good. She just, you know what? No L for her. She gets a W. Her only issue is the team around her. Certainly. She's getting a W for me. I like Kale. But her team just sucks ass. And then like how they went about it, Frost is just so whatever. Kale and Khalifa was certainly good on release, but now they've just aged just so oddly because AoE normals completely cooked this fucking unit because we're in a meta where AoE normals is a bit prevalent. And then like, you know, we just get Super Boo. And we're gonna talk about Super Boo now. Super Boo a W? Wait, hold on. Is there any units I skipped over? This free-to-play Bulma, W, of course. This card, not really worth talking about. This Goku, a huge W in my opinion. He's definitely an amazing SSR. Let's see. This Demon King Piccolo, W. The rest of you guys, I mean, we don't really need to talk about you guys. You guys not worth mentioning. Super Boo. Super Boo is I'm gonna say L. As crazy as it sounds, I think Super Boo's L. They just dropped him and just said that's it. He's like the best Majin Power unit, right? Is it him or the Dokkan Fest Android 21? It's Dokkan Fest Android 21. I think Android 21's better than him. He's just so Super Boo's just so like, just why? He's just so why? He wants the guard though. Certainly, Super Boo wants a guard. It's like they just dropped him. He had like no 200% leaders at the time. I think he's an L. I think he's an L unit. It's like he just wants the guard. Is that bias? It's not bias. It's just I just didn't want this unit to drop during a celebration where a unit needed a Universe 6 character. You know what? Super Boo's a W. We'll give him a W. We'll give him a W. You know what? I'm standing 10 tones down. We're double down. He's an L. I'm sorry. He's an L. He just why? It's just a Y release. He's an L. Individually as a unit, he's just so weird. Just so weird. Why would they drop him? I remember one of you guys being good, but we're gonna skip over you just cause. Golden Week, W, 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 and this TN is also a W. I feel like every unit, well except this Tao is really just a Battle Road unit. Oh, the banner units are Ws, and both the Dokkan Fest are both Ws. Golden Week was a complete success. That's it. We don't need to talk about them. Let's go on over to May. Yeah, Kale's not an L. I can't give her an L. She's a W. It's just her team just sucks. Yeah, the only real L's I've had to hand out was for Super 17 and for fucking Super Boo. Why? Just Super Boo. LR Krillin's easy. I think he was a W. I think he was a W. Helpful easy A, for sure. Helpful easy A for everyone's boxes. W. I'll point that out. Dokkan Fest Piccolo's easy A, W. We don't even need to talk about it at all. LR Bulma, W. We don't need to talk about it. Jackie Chun, Super Strike card, W. We don't need to talk about it at all either. It's such a powerful free-to-play easy A. The Dragon Ball Saga easy A's both W's. You have one unit that can completely wall off Zamasu. She has a chance to, but she can completely wall off Zamasu. And you have this guy who's just supporting, guarding, and just doing nasty attack stats for a free-to-play unit. Man, the month of May was just a W. Like, certainly. Is the worst unit in May? The worst unit in May is... wait, Turles comes out on May 31st. The worst unit in May is just this SSR Kid Goku. And this guy I'm not going to talk about because he hasn't really awakened into what he actually is supposed to be. Turles is a W. I give Turles a W. A bit of a weird unit, and I feel like they could have gave him a little bit more damage reduction, in my opinion, but I think Turles is a W. And what's funny is I recently pulled him on Global, so I get to use him a little bit more. But yeah, Turles is a W. This free-to-play Turles easy, I do want to point out, I think he's okay. I think he's okay. It's funny I'm pointing out this guy's easy A. And like I said that those the little the Saiyan Day Easy A's, hold on, the little Saiyan Day Easy A's back in March, all of these guys have a purpose to fulfill. We're gonna say all these guys are W's, just because they all have a purpose to fulfill. Yeah, super harsh on these guys, but we're talking meta wise at the time. We're not really bringing all these guys into the meta. It's like STR got Goku and Whis. You know what? Let me not overthink it and just talk about something just to talk about it on a tangent. Let's continue on. Yeah, everything here. Wheelo, outside of Wheelo being... Wheelo just being like a meme. Wheelo's a W. I feel like both the banner units, it's the Diaz and Cacao. I'm saying their name wrong. Diaz, and Cacao. A 30% chance to dodge. I completely forgot about that. And a 30% chance to dodge is the second or third attacker. No, it's a 30% chance to crit. They could have made it like a 50% chance to dodge. I don't see why not. This unit is, I say an L. Yeah, you'd have to go full dodge build on them, of course. Shout out to all my dodge lovers. Let me just go and X all these out. So this unit, I'm gonna say an L just cause. Wheelo a W. Anyways, what's that? That is Amon and Raisin. Yeah, that's her name. W. This free to play Turles. We'll give him a W, just cause. And then Turles himself, I think Turles is also in W, but I feel like if Turles was able to have his support up on an easier restriction, It's like this could have just been with another Space Travelers category ally attack in the same turn, and this would have just been so much more better. It's like give him a little bit more damage reduction to build up off of, and then make this per attack performed. This could have been per attack performed. They could have changed this to per attack performed and give him like 40% damage reduction, and his support is unrestricted. Is that too much to ask for? It's like unrestricted support, or you can give him a restricted support with a Space Travelers character. I think Turles is a W. Turles is good. Yeah, certainly. I just feel like this other banner unit just didn't help out as much as this Amon and Razin. But yeah, both of these EZAs, I think these are both W's. This Giant Turles, yeah, he has his purpose. This guy, pretty orb hungry, but he is definitely good. So let's move on over to the next month. So we have June. I feel like Go Bros or W, because I love damage. Obviously, I love damage, but Go Bros reminds me of like a. Go Bros gives me like a. They're like a mini LR Blue Kaioken Goku. Not LR Blue Kaioken Goku. A mini STR Blue Kaioken Goku. They give me that vibe. Like when they're fully built up and going. Go Bros can do some sick, nasty damage, bro. I feel like they're a W. So the Super Strike EZ, I remember this EZA being, I remember seeing this and hearing this EZA being good. I haven't used this Vegeta too much. What does this guy do? This guy, he is an orb changer. When going against Goku, of course, makes sense because it's a giant ape Vegeta. He is a nuker. And he has additional super attack chance when he performs a super attack, and he has a 30% chance to dodge. He doesn't look too crazy on paper. He just seems like a unit that hits quite hard because he's gaining attack on super. Yeah, and he gets attack per key spirit. Well, he's gaining 10% attack and defense per key spirit obtained. He also crits his own orbs, but you have to go up against a Goku. I'm not gonna really speak on him because I don't know too much on this guy, but seeing what he has dodge chance. He could create his own orbs. We can go up against a Goku. I mean, you guys see what happened with Turles. Turles has to face a Goku's family category enemy. We're not gonna talk about him because I don't know too much about this guy because I'm seeing what he's doing on paper. And the last time I judged a unit on what they're doing on paper, I was wrong. I did that with Meki Gabora at like the time where Meki Gabora can be runnable. Like, I remember Meki Gabora, the little Dragon Ball Heroes unit. I remember calling him ass, but he was better than I thought he was. After using him, yeah. So I'm not going to talk about this guy because maybe he's one of these guys that I don't know his performance too much on. Anyways, so I'm going to skip over him. This guy, L. I love damage dealers. He is a very, very hard-hitting unit, and he can work. World Tournament, I used him in a World Tournament. He's not really that crazy. It's like, he just hits really hard. That's it. He gives me LR Super Boo vibes. He just Super Boo if he was a Saiyan with damage, pretty much. Super Boo with worse defense and basically more damage. So I'd say L. Let's see. This Gohan, not gonna speak on him. Any of these guys. This Tech DKP, my boy Death Slayer did say he's good, so I'm gonna say W. The rest of these guys I'm not gonna really speak on. LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, W. Don't need to talk about him. This baby, L. I'm just gonna say it outright. GT bosses in shambles. Anyways, let's see. Physical Beer is W. The hardest fight in the game is literally a boss this guy can go toe-to-toe with. Simple, pretty much. LR God Goku's EZA, W. This Giant Ape Vegeta's EZA, W. LR Omega, Fat L. All these guys EZAs. This Goku, I wish he guarded with like a Giant Ape. Not a Giant Ape, but he's not a Giant Ape power, right? He's not. I wish he guarded with a GT Heroes category character with him, because I don't know why I said Giant Ape. It's because of this Vegeta who I talked about a couple of days ago. He should have had his guard unrestricted. Yeah, why not? He's not stacking or doing anything too special. Like, what? Just let him have his guard unrestricted, because who the hell is really going to use this guy? It's like, how many goddamn GT Gokus we have? Or you can just give him some unrestricted damage reduction. Who cares? Pretty much. He could be a solid 7th option for your team. Or you can restrict his guard or damage reduction inside the 3rd slot. And make him support. It's like, why the hell not? Dokkan, you've done it before already. No. Maybe? No. Have you done it already? I don't have any recollection. Probably not. Make him the first. Shit, why not? But this GT... Oh, wow, the Fortnite. The little Fortnite LR TURs. Fortnite LR, bro. These two guys, L, and this guy is when his guard wears off, he gets hit so fucking hard. Yeah, he gets hit so hard. So I'm gonna say we're gonna say L for all three of these guys. Baby W. I think Baby's a W. Although Baby really wants to face a Pure Saiyans or Hyper Saiyans character. Baby has dodge though. Yeah, he has a 50% chance to dodge. Baby's a W. I forgot he had that dodge. If HP is 40% or less. Oh, but it's when it's below that HP threshold. Oh, but when he's above the HP threshold, he has a 40% chance to crit with additional attack and defensive buff. I want to say Baby's a W. Baby had a good easy A. Baby's a W. Baby's a W. Super Trunks L. And then this Gohan L. Let's just be completely honest. When Super Trunks transforms, he's probably the strongest TUR in the game. Like this, all of this guy is a fucking brute. Like, this guy is a... When he turns into this, he's him. But the problem is... Oh, man. That's his active skill. Wait. 86% or more, third turn for start of battle. That is his active skill. It's transformation's right over here. Yes, that's the active skill. I mean, the active skill is cool, but the transmission condition. This guy sucks. I'll say it outright. Do not like the design. For sure. It's like, certainly not. Okay. So over to next month. And this guy just, what was the point of his release? Pretty much. Anyways, let's move on over to the next month. August, that being the Worldwide Down Celebration. Physical Transforming Vegeta's Easy A. I'm gonna be honest. L. Super Vegeta's Easy A. Low key? Is Super Vegeta's Easy A better than Transforming Vegeta's Easy? Yo, is that crazy to say? Man. I'm not a fan of his Easy A. You know what? We're going to be nice. We'll give him a W. We're going to give both these guys W's. Yeah, we'll be nice. We're going to be nice. Okay. We're getting both W's. We're not going to talk about that SR to the LR. This Piccolo, I mean, L. I mean, he's just worthless. We're not going to talk about you. Kami, fucking L. This guy, we're not going to talk about you. We're not going to talk about you. We're not going to talk about you. Tian and Chaozu, you guys really want Ki. You guys really want Ki. You guys are very orb hungry. Yeah, you want to do attacks to build up your Ki. And you want to bond the friendship character to have some more Ki. You get stronger. You really want to be above 20 or more Ki. Yeah, this character's too orb hungry. Yeah, nah. I'm going to give them... It's like, when I factor in grading some of these units, it's like, do I grade them, like, across the entire game or for meta? Because meta, this unit is just bad. Let's keep it moving. We're not going to talk about LR10 and Chaozu. So, Mamba. Mamba, L. I'm just going to be completely honest. And Mamba's pretty much a... God damn. Because if I'm grading every unit based off of the entire game, we're going to skip over. Let's skip over her. 18's W. Not going to talk about you guys. Blue Boys W. Zamasu W. Both banner units are L's. Let me see Mai again. I used to defend the hell out of Mai. I defended this card. I felt as though this card was better than people gave him credit for. I think Mai's in. Oh. Because after she gets that damage reduction, up to once within the turn. She supports, and she has damage reduction when she does a super, and then she gets 30% more damage reduction when she does a super attack 2 times in battle, up to once within a turn. So if she doesn't double super, she gets cooked. Yeah, I don't like my... man. Now that I'm looking back at it, yeah, this is... Mai is just so... Yeah, I'm sorry, my L and L. And Zamasu just pretty much restricted. You want to go up against a super class character. Pretty damn much. That's practically what that is. So let's run over to... You know what's funny? Both of the banning units for the 8th year anniversary were ass. And I would argue both the banning units for the Worldwide Down Celebration are both ass. I defended Mai, though. I like Mai. But the problem is that you want to double super with her. You pretty much want to. Yeah, she really wants to. So yeah, let's run over to the part 2. Age of Zamasu W, Tech Trunks. I like Tech Trunks. Personally. I love Tech Trunks, bro, but and it hurts to say L. He gives key to superclass allies too, which is obviously cool. It is cool that he does that. Ooh. Oh, man, bro, you're still just bad in this part of your card. You really want to be here. Yeah, man. It's like once he's here and he gets going and then he's here and he fucking obliterates the enemy with that nuking attack, bro. He's just so damn powerful. Yeah. I'm going to say W for Tech Trunks. I like Tech Trunks' EZA. Ah, man. I didn't like it at first when I first read it. I like both the EZAs, of course. Yeah, I like them both. I think they're both W's. Yeah, they're both W's. Age of Zamasu, obviously, but Tech Trunks also W. Int Mai and then Gowasu and Zamasu, I think they're both W's. I think they're both W's. I feel as if though they both obviously want to dodge. I think they're both W's. Both powerful support type units. They're doing their jobs. They're going to be sitting in slot 3 to support and dodge. They really want to dodge though. Pretty much. Now the thing is that AoE normals can completely obliterate both these two. Same with Trunks. And believe it or not, same with Zamasu. But more so these guys. Yeah, Trunks does get cooked too with it also. But across the entire game, we're not going to talk about the entire game. Stop. I already mentioned it a couple times already. That's enough of the entire game thing. Let's continue on. I think all 4 of these EZAs are W's though. I'm being generous with Gowasu and Zamasu and Mai. I'm being generous with both of you guys. I think they're all W's. Yeah, I know people are going to be like, no, Dev, they're both whatever EZAs. But I think these guys have some sort of value. The Domain Trunks, I don't think it's worth talking about him. This SR Trunks, not worth talking about him. In Future Gohan, massive W. Not going to talk about him. This Trunks, L. He wants to go up against a Cell, pretty much, or an Android. Let's see. He's niche, by the way, just to point that out. Let's see. Gohan, W. Trunks, W. Zamasu, W. SRA Trunks, W. This guy, he can have a 50% chance to dodge, if I remember correctly. But he wants to face a androids or a Future Saga enemy, which of course one of the toughest fights in the game is a Future Saga enemy. And there are a couple other tough fights that include a Future Saga enemy. He also massively stacks attack too. Okay. Only because he could dodge against those 2 fights, but he is tech, so Zamasu could cook his ass. But he could work in that Goku Black and Zamasu Red Zone stages, which are both very hard-hitting stages that you could get by with this guy in, but he really wants to dodge nonetheless. So, with that being said, I think he's a W. LR Trunks and Mai. I can mistake them both for LR Trunks and Mai. AGO Trunks and Mai, I'm going to say L. I'm just going to be completely honest. They're an L in my opinion. Pretty much off-meta destroyers. In Goku Black. I think he's a W. I think Goku Black's a W. And the reason why I say Goku Black is a W is because this guy is not designed for Zamasu's fight. But he works well in other... Zamasu, oh yeah, he doesn't work well in Zamasu, obviously. But he has value though. That's the thing. I think Goku Black's a W. He's clearly not designed for Zamasu's fight. But he can work well in other Red Zone fights. You can say the same for that for other cards on here, though. That's the thing, bro. I'm saying that back to myself. Damn, am I contradicting myself? He's a W, okay? Fuck it. We're going to call it a W, and that is it. There definitely was some severe backlash in this guy. Like, some absolutely severe. And I was with the people that said he was an L. My opinion changed. In Goku Black's EZA, W. This guy's EZA, not EZA, excuse me, his Awakening, W. 18 is the one that guards, so W. In a defensive oriented meta just makes a whole lot of sense. She guards, you have to have a 17 with you, W. She also supports, not to mention. This Goku, not gonna talk about him. This Krillin's actually pretty, he is restricted. But he does have dodge, 30% of course. Dodge for C super attacks. He does support Dragon Ball Saga characters. He's an attack debuffer. I know I said I'm gonna stop talking about the entire game, but this guy is a pretty good, he's a pretty good fucking option across the game, outside of meta content. He attack debuffs. He is a support type unit. He has additional super attack chance. He has dodge and foreseeing super attacks. This guy he's alright. He's pretty alright. So, and him, of course, being on DB Saga means he supports Bulma. Let's put it out there. Supports Bulma. And also my dog is, where am I pointing? Like, right over here? Over there, sleeping in the background. Anyways, I'm gonna say Dokkan Fest 17, 18. I'm gonna say they're an L. The banner unit. The banner unit is also an L. This free-to-play 17, an L. And then, of course, this 18. Let me reacquaint myself on what she does again. 18% damage reduction. And she, of course, has an additional 18% damage for 5 turns. When her damage reduction wears off, she can get destroyed. Okay, yeah, so L. Yeah, of course, she's a free-to-play unit with up to 36% damage reduction. She'll get cooked, pretty much. So let's see. T-War we're not gonna talk about. Champa, Champa's an L. Frost also an L. And then we have the Bodamagetta, W. This is the EZA that was very much needed back during the Kale celebration, but of course, Dokkan said, fuck it, we'll wait till we EZA STR Jiren. STR Jiren, absolute L. LR, Ribrianne, Kakuza, and Rosie. Whew. Look at this passive. I don't even know. They have the giant form. Oh, this card is just I don't have a lot of use on this card. I really don't. So I'm gonna skip over them because I don't have a lot of use on this card, and I've only seen very few videos on them. Pilaf gang. For the memes, we're gonna say W. We're not talking about any of you guys. The Halloween card, we're gonna skip over you two guys also. And then we have the Gohan and Piccolo. Now they're pretty whatever in their pre-standby, well, pre-exchange, but they are pretty good in the Gohan part of the card. So I'm gonna say W, just based off of the Gohan part of the card. They're pretty good in the Gohan part. Let's see. We went over to November. So November, we have Nappa and Vegeta's EZA. Nappa and Vegeta? I say Nappa and Vegeta are... Oof, man, Nappa and Vegeta, though. My only thing is that Nappa and Vegeta are pretty much just raw stats. They're still valuable, though, because they do have that turn 3 guaranteed dodge with their active skill. They do have the exchange that essentially damn near full heals you because you're going to be below that 50% or less HP threshold to go straight into it. He does guard for the first 3 turns, this Vegeta. I feel like Nappa and Vegeta are a W because they are valuable. Just off of that aspect. Okay, Gohan, we're gonna skip over him. Not really, we don't really care. W, this is cooler. Meta cooler, W. Vegito, Limit Breaker, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, W. Janemba, W. Vegeta, L. This Trunks, Xeno Trunks, L. This Limit Breaker, Broly, L. This Fu, W. We're gonna give a W to this Toa also. She has a use. And then Rose, W. Yeah, Super Saiyan 3 Rose W. And out of these EZAs, they all have their uses. Like I said, for the Realm of Gods little character EZAs for a Saiyan Day, we're going to skip over this completely. The only ones that are worth mentioning out of all these guys is this guy. physical Super Saiyan 4. Well, excuse me, physical. Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Vegito. Yeah, he's the one that's worth mentioning because he sits right next to possibly the best T-War in the game, that being this guy. Anyways, so we have Android 21. I think she's a W. Her banner unit, however, I pulled her banner unit, but I don't have much use on this 21. Good super attack effect. Does have damage reduction facing one enemy. I think she's... I'm not going to talk about her. I don't have much use, but I think 21's a W. The free-to-play card we'll skip over, and we're going to skip over this free-to-play card also. We move on over to December. December, we have the LR, Trunks, and Broly. I think they are... Damn, they have their use. My only thing is, my problem with this card is per super attack performed for the damage reduction. Outside of that, this card's solid. I feel like that they started with 20% damage reduction, and they gained 8% damage reduction within the same turn with every attack performed. This unit's fixed, pretty much. But outside of that, I'm gonna say W. This card can certainly help somewhere. Damn, I know I said I'm not gonna talk about the entire game, but this card can help somewhere. I just know it. But I'm not talking strictly meta across this entire video. I didn't only talk about meta for this video. I said some across the game here and there. LR Androids, W. I mean, they're easy A, absolute W. LR Super Saiyan Trio, W. Not gonna talk about Bojack. This Gohan, a W. The rest of you guys we don't really care about talking about. 13. 13's raw stats, but I'm gonna say W. I may be crazy for saying that. 13 is raw stats. I'm gonna say W. I'm gonna say W. Roast me. I'm gonna say W. He is technically raw stats. Could 13 fit into the top 10 though? Oh man, 13, bro. 13. Androids, but 13 literally has the LR Androids Easy A though. Oh man. And then we got her as a leader. Bro, Androids is looking so much better. Yeah, 13 is a W just because he has Android's characters to sit right next to. 13's a W. He can sit in slot 2. Provided he doesn't get hit by a super from a boss that does a stupid amount of damage, i.e. Merge Zamasu or Omega. Oh yeah, he just has... 13 has value though. Damn, am I crazy for saying that? Androids has gotten better, bro. It's certainly gotten better. Okay, this Trunks... all I remember from this Trunks is he hits hard. This 17 is pretty whatever. This 18 has dodge, so I'm going to say W. I'm not going to talk too much about you guys. You hit hard, and I'm pretty sure you hit hard. Let's move on over to the next ones. And Rudigarn and Goku are both Ws. And, of course, you have the LR Fortnite. The Cell and Frieza GT ones. So, I feel as though this year is a W in my opinion. And the reason why I say this year was a W is because the main celebrations that matter, like Golden Week, Tanabata, the 8th year anniversary, the Worldwide Down celebration, those 4 celebrations, those key celebrations, did I miss one? Did I miss one? I don't think I missed one. Those 4 key celebrations had great units. I would say so. I would say they had great units for the time of their release, for sure. But I think that is really about it. This video is 48 minutes long. I'll catch you guys next video. I love you all. Peace.